With a healthy Kevin Durant, there was only ever one time the Golden State Warriors were truly tested. 2018 against the 1 seed Houston Rockets. 65 wins, James Harden's MVP season, Chris Paul finally healthy. A team custom built to face off with the most talented group ever assembled. This is the story of the 2018 Western Conference Finals, the series that defined one legacy and started the downfall of another. The Houston Rockets weren't just good, they were engineered. General manager Daryl Morey had built a roster based on math. 3 is more than 2. And it worked. They broke the record for the most threes made in a season on their way to the #1 seed in the league. James Harden won the scoring title, Chris Paul was in his prime, and PJ Tucker and Trevor Ariza were switchable dogs. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors were defending champs. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant. Arguably the most unstoppable lineup in NBA history. This wasn't an underdog versus giant. This was heavyweight versus heavyweight. The series lifts off in Houston in front of a heated home crowd, but as so many have come to know, the Slim Reaper is the ultimate silencer.
Yes! Durant to the rim! Here's Durant for 3!
Harden does his best to fight back, but despite 41 from the beard, the Warriors punch first to steal Game 1. But little did they know, an unlikely hero would be punching back. Gotta win at home.
Here's Gordon. It counts! And the foul!
Eric Gordon explodes for 27 off the bench, matching the MVP on their way to a Game 2 win. All of a sudden, we have a series. Or so we thought. Steph Curry goes ballistic in Game 3 as the Warriors destroy the Rockets by 31 at home. The ball starts popping, Draymond is barking, and KD is KD. This game shows that when the shots aren't falling, Houston have nothing. 2-1 Warriors and Oracle is rocking. Time for the MVP to step back up. Golden State start Game 4 on a 24-12 run, and Houston look beat early. But then, James Harden does this.
Here's Harden with the drive. Oh! Dumps! A facial by James Harden going right at Draymond Green.
Despite Harden's monster dunk sparking a big Houston run, Steph and the Warriors fight back to take a 10-point lead into the fourth. With the Rockets staring down the barrel of a 3-1 deficit, it's the point guard's turn to do something special.
Play all positions. Oh, another!
Look at that pass. It doesn't go out of bounds. You know Chris Paul he thinks he's a professional bowler, even though he's a professional point guard.
So the Rockets even the series at 2-2.
Game 5 is where everything changes. It's ugly, it's physical, it's playoff basketball in its purest form. And in the clutch, Chris Paul takes over yet again, including this crazy pull-up over Steph. Clutch bucket after clutch bucket. The Rockets win a classic 98-94. They're up 3-2, one win away from knocking off the most talented team ever assembled. But with just under a minute left, Chris Paul grabs his hamstring. No contact, just pain. He limps to the locker room. Houston's worst nightmare. And it's only just getting started. Game 6 Klay erupts for 9 threes and 35 points. Contested, off balance, deep, it doesn't matter. Every time Houston threatens, Klay answers. The Warriors eventually blow it open, 115-86. It isn't even close. And now, we're going back to Houston. Game 7, no Chris Paul, the Rockets will need a miracle. Game 7 starts perfectly for Houston. Harden is knocking down shots, the ball is moving, the building is shaking as they build a double-digit lead. But then, just as it looked like they were pulling off a miracle, miss, miss, miss. The Rockets miss 27 straight three-pointers. 27. It becomes mental. You can feel it through the screen. Shots rim out, roll off, hit back iron. Meanwhile, the Warriors take the lead and don't look back. 101-92. Houston's season over. Here's the reality. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt, Houston probably wins. If they hit 5 of those 27 shots, they probably win. The Warriors don't go back-to-back. Kevin Durant's legacy looks completely different. James Harden might have a ring, and Daryl Morey's experiment becomes gospel. Instead, Golden State advances and beats Cleveland in 4. The Dynasty survives. But Houston, they never recover. Chris Paul ages, Harden eventually leaves, and the window slams shut. All because of one injury and a few missed shots.